Good evening, 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 hello, and welcome to a bit of Unseen Cinema, a show. Granted, it is kind of a show where I watch, some films that many of you or many other people have seen, but I have just missed the boat. Tonight I watch Akira Kurosawa. Akira Kurosawa, his one of his big films, Seven Samurai. This has been remade many times, like The Magnificent Seven and A Bug's Life, and many other rehashing of this film. Akira Kurosawa. His personality, his gravitas, kind of grabs me to watch more of his films. And disconnected. He's really cool, you know. Just this guy has a lot of things going up in there, and it is cool, to say the least. And he would make his actors, if it was a period piece, he would make his actors wear the costume for weeks at a time straight, you know, just to get that lived in. They know how the clothing feels. It's not a costume anymore. It's just their way of life. He really cemented that into his actors, actresses, and in the film Seven Samurai, I believe it was him or one of his writers, but he made a whole gigantic family tree and of the entire village. It is said that he's a big fan of John Ford, so much so. He loved his movies, and I mean, Seven Samurai is known as the Western of the Eastern lands. It is a true Western movie. He loved John Ford's films, and he idolized him in such a way that he dressed up like Ford on sets with baggy shirts and pants and dark sunglasses. And being such a fan, I think it's kind of crazy that Akira, being such a fan of Ford, and Ford turning around and becoming a fan of Akira, and it's just a wonderful how he uses the elements a lot, and that it inures somebody to study other people's craft and how their style to making their own films. And I think it's lovely, and I am going to watch more of Akira Kurosawa's Kurosawa. I probably said it right the first time, but I'm going to go on anyways. Akira's films. So, I give you Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai. It starts off with the farmer out in the field, and he sees some bandits, and the bandits are about to raid the village, but the head bandito, he says, whoa, we've already raided them, you know, a couple of months ago. Let's, what are we gonna get now? He says it out in the field, which is silly, number one. So it allows the farmer to eavesdrop and go, ooh, no, that's, no, not a good, we shouldn't, I don't, no. So he goes back and warns the villagers. They all go and gather to the elder in the village, and there's a whole big hubbub of everybody saying, well, we should you know, just give in. And the original farmer who eavesdropped said, no, we've already given so much to them. What are we going to do now? We need to do something. So the elder says, well, we should fight. I was in the same predicament, and there's a couple of villages. They were raided, but the one village that hired a few samurais, they were not burned to the ground. The elder says, we're gonna hire 4 samurais. That should do it, and that's it. That's it. And the originator villager, the farmer guy, he says, well, we can't pay them. What will we do? Well, says the elder, shut up. I'm the elder. Not so many words. We'll just find hungry samurai and feed them with the rice that we have. 4 of the villagers set out to find some samurai, and the farmers, the villagers farmers, the farmer villagers, the villager farming farmers. 4 of them head into this inn and are just searching for samurais, and each one they come across with just eats their fill and leaves, and the 4 guys are just so downtrodden of all this abuse. One of them breaks down saying that we're so good at telling which seed is bad, but we can't figure out which samurai is good. But to their amazement, they come across a big group of people just outside of I guess a square or whatever, courtyard, and they see this one samurai, an elder man, walking out amongst the crowd of people, and he just grabs, he asks a monk for his razor. He starts shaving his head, and cuts off the knot, and asks for the monk's robes. And one of the villagers asks, what's going on? What's happening? There is a burglar who kidnapped a kid, and he's holding him hostage. Kid is crying. The mother ran out. Well, I presume the thief. I don't think that the mother ran out because, oh, there's a villager, screw my kid. It's more of a a bandit came in, hijacked the son, and waved the knife to the mother. She was very upset. I don't know what you want from me on that diagnosis, but she seemed to be very caring about her son. So don't go judging. Anyway, so the plan that the samurai cooked up, the mother ran out. Well, I presume the thief. I don't think that the mother ran out because, oh, there's a villager, screw my kid. It's more of a a bandit came in, hijacked the son, and waved the knife to the mother. She was very upset. I don't know what you want from me on that diagnosis, but she seemed to be very caring about her son. So don't go judging. Anyway, so the plan that the samurai cooked up was to fool the bandit that I'm not tough. I'm just a monk, and here's some food. It works. He hands him a little thing, like, here, also for you. You must be hungry as well. The child needs food, and you need food. Here you go. And he tosses it, and once we don't see inside the hut. I think that's what made it really dramatic. We don't see inside the hut, but the whole plan of the samurai dressing up as a monk, fooling the thief, giving the thief food, and while the thief is eating, the samurai jumps in, kills the bandit, and saves the kid. And so everyone's impressed. This samurai went in and saved the day. The farmers, I should say, they work up the nerve to ask the guy, and they're interrupted by this one crazy mad dog of a samurai. And there's this young kid who just runs up to him. He's like, "I be my sensei. You did that, and I want to be like you honorable man." So the young kid is following the older samurai, and the wild dog samurai, he's just kind of, I don't care about anything. I don't. So the the 4 farmers, kind of tell him, and gosh, what happened next? What happened next? In Indian, they finally ask the guy to, hey, could you just please hear us out? Please, come on. We're desperate farmers. You're a samurai with obviously good skill. Could you please help us? So the elder, the old bald, he agrees. He says, you're gonna need at least 7 samurais. Boom, boom. But luckily, the first samurai that was recruited, I guess the third samurai that was recruited was a friend of the older samurai. He was like, you know what? Why not? Okay, I'm cool with it. I'm down. Sure, why not? Why not? Very easygoing. You could tell that he had very good skill. Then they recruited another guy who was just chopping wood, and his one punchline is from the wood chopping class or branch or school, wood chopping school, whatever. That's the band. No, not him. The other guy, who that's the mother. That's the bandit right there, and he's gonna he drops the sword and dead. They're recruiting all these very wonderful character samurais, and at the very end, in this village, I should say, in this village, the wild, crazy, dog-like samurai who's just, he's no good. He's a baddie. He's not. Why would you? He's a trouble. That one. He comes walking in drunk, and he's like, I'm gonna join you, so suck it. Not so many words, mind you, but there was a lot of running around, and reluctantly, all the samurais were like, just bring him, whatever. Now all the 7 samurais have been gathered, and they go from the town to the farming village. Once they arrive, all the villagers just hide in their huts. The one farmer who basically led the expedition to get the samurais, he was running around like, okay, the samurais are here, everybody, what a buh. And so the wild dog samurai, he's just ringing the alarm that they have to alarm them of alarming things, and all the villagers just run out and, oh, the samurais, where are the samurais, protect the samurais. And once the head bald guy is like, hey, whoa, who was the first one to sound the alarm? Turns out it was the dog samurai or whatever. Amongst the samurais, they had a little giggle, but all the villagers were like, why would you do that? Don't do that. That's the thing you don't do. But it proved a message, and it was a great icebreaker. There's a big montage of them fortifying the village, creating traps, moving crops, flooding this area, building a wall. And then there's an intermission. Intermissions, love them. We should, more of them. Anyway, so they have finished fortifying the village, and they find some bandits scouting. Take out the bandits, and they track them down to this little hideout that they had, and they decide, well, if we just kind of killed them, let's do that. Just get them while they're asleep with their women. So they set a fire, and they smoke them out, and they're just laying waste. And then not war, but more like a raid starts happening, and so that happens for a while, and then we start losing one band, losing a samurai and losing this samurai. And I mean, long story short, 4 survive. The villagers win, hooray. The bandits lose, hooray. So it's a victory, as one of the samurais say. He says that it is a victory for the villagers, but I'm still on the losing side, and it was a defeat for the samurais. The end. It's a good movie. So, that was Seven Samurai. Thoughts? Anybody? Thoughts? Anybody have any thoughts? No? No? Alright, well, I'll say a few things. The scenery, the weather, the sets, it has that weird gravitas that makes it so dirty, even though it's on a film studio, a film lot, it pulls you in itself. It's beautiful. Even the village all fortified up and ready for battle. There is that grandiose, not even grandiose. It's very pitiful. It was very pitiful. The people were very pitiful people. But there seems to be such intimate beauty that Akira seems to accomplish so well. It's very pedestrian. It's very humanistic, and at the end you have this bittersweet victory. The villagers' goals were accomplished, but samurai's goals were not. Well, yes, but no. It was a heavy loss, and it's just such a beautiful story with powerful people. Would I watch this again? Yes. Does it hold up now? I would fight. I would punch someone if they didn't like this film. It's a film I would fight. Fisticuffs. That's what I'm bringing it down. And it bears rewatching. It really does. I do it again, and I'm gonna do it again, and I have done it again. Bora bora ba. Anywho, good night. Oh, right. I'm sorry. This is the part where I say stuff about, hey, if you like this, if you want to see more, please hit like, subscribe, comment. If there's a film that you think I should watch, lay it down. If you disagree with anything I say, or agree, come on, there's a comments below. I have a link to the Fire Zombie Films page on the Facebooks. I also have a Twitter. It's all there. Please come and enjoy films with me. Let's talk about films. I mean, hit me up on the forums. Well, there's no forums. Talk to me on Facebook or in the comments. Yeah, I think, yeah, do that. Do those things. Do those things, people. Or not. It's really your choice. I'm not here to make you not wanna. Anyway, I'm babbling on. Just babbling. I'm going off. I'm sorry. Okay, just get off. Go watch some other stuff. Like whatever. Let's go.